From September 2023, the Strategic Business Leadership exam is changing radically. Not the syllabus, which hasn't changed very much at all, but the format of the examination. In particular, the big innovation is that 2 weeks before the exam date, ACCA will release what it calls pre-seen material. The pre-seen material contains a lot of background information about the organisation on which the questions are going to be based in the exam. The pre-seen material on one of the examples released by ACCA has about 9-10 pages of information on the background of the company. It's important that you study this. It's vital that you study this. The time available in the exam is dropping from 4 hours to 3¼ hours. And this is because you are expected to have done much of the studying about the background information of the company in advance. Therefore, there's going to be much less to read during the exam, although there will be some additional information given in the exam as part of the questions. So, examination time will now be 3¼ hours. ACCA emphasises that there is no requirement for you to do additional research. So if the pre-seen material happened to deal with an airline, there is no need whatsoever for you to go out and look for stories about the airline industry in the Financial Times or the Economist or the business pages of a newspaper. Everything you need will be self-contained, either in the pre-seen material or in the additional information which is provided in the exam. There will be 3 separate tasks, each potentially with its sub-parts and marks allocated to the sub-parts. Only one task will be available on the screen at any one time. However, you will be able to, for example, if you do requirement 1 and you go on to requirement 2, you will, be able to go back and edit what you've said in requirement 1 if you want to, but each time a requirement comes up, really you're just dealing with that on the screen at that one time. So you can go through it in order. You can go 3, 2, 1 if you want to do that. Although I suggest you probably want to go through it in the order in which the questions are going to be presented to you. So 3 tasks, various subparts, only 1 task available at a time that you can go back. There are, as before, 5 professional skills that are going to be examined, and each will be examined only once, and each will be examined for 4 marks. So far, as before, for the whole exam, 20 out of the 100 marks available in the exam will be for professional skills. Those of you who be paying attention will see that if there are 3 questions and there are 5 professional mark subjects, then in 2 of the subparts, if you like, 2 of the questions, there will be 2 separate professional marks examined, but each one will be confined to its subpart. So subpart A might look at professional skepticism, subpart B might want you to concentrate on evaluation, something of that type. It goes without saying that it is very, very important for you to have thoroughly studied the pre-seen material. Being familiar with this will make you much more confident. I think giving you pre-seen material will take a lot of the the tension out of going into a 4-hour exam and being presented immediately with a huge amount of information. There'll be much less, I think, chance of panic in the exam, because you should have, with your preceding study, have become much more confident and relaxed about what you're going to be asked about. Though the new material being presented could, of course, be challenging. So great changes there. The answers can be in the forms. This hasn't really changed very much. You can be required to do a report or a section of a report. What is a report? Well, really you have to head it up with to whom it's addressed, who's writing it, the date, what it's about, the kind of subject heading, which may be kind of incorporated in the title of the thing. There'll be an introduction, there'll be numbered paragraphs throughout it, and very often it's going to be a conclusion or maybe a recommendation of some sort at the end. Reports will tend to be reasonably long. You'd expect a fair number of marks, quite a number of marks to be awarded for a report simply because of its length. You could be asked to produce a couple of slides and accompanying notes. The important thing to realise about the slides is that slides are put up there, somebody's usually talking at the time. You want just a couple of 3, 4, 5 bullet points, maybe 6 bullet points, each bullet point being just a few words. You don't want a great essay being put up there at all. The notes are where you would use to expand what the bullet points are saying, so that when somebody's presenting, they can get a bit of help from the notes when they're covering each of the bullet points. You could be asked for a briefing paper or memorandum. I think the only difference there is one is called briefing paper, one is called memorandum. They will have to, from, date, about. Nothing wrong with numbered headings at all. Nothing ever wrong with paragraphs in any form of longer communication, like a letter, report, a memorandum, briefing paper, or email. You could be asked to produce a letter that's more formal. It will have addresses at the top, the address of the sender and the recipient. It will say, "Dear Sir, dear Mr. That, dear Mrs. So-and-so." It will normally have a heading saying what the letter is about, and no harm at all, if you think it's helpful, having headed paragraphs. This is quite common in letters, and they will normally end up with the kind of politeness: if you require any more information, if I can have any further help, please get in touch. And then it will have, usually if it starts with "Dear Sir," it will have "Yours faithfully" at the end. Or it could be an email. You've all seen emails, to, from, date. It has a subject line at the top. They don't normally have "Dear Sir," "Dear John," "Dear Rachel," anything of that sort. They don't normally say "Yours faithfully" at the end or anything of that sort. Again, if it's a lengthy email, nothing wrong with having paragraphs and even headed paragraphs within that to split up the main parts of what you're trying to say. The professional skills, as before, are here. Skepticism is where you must really ask or inquire about where the information has come from. Skepticism does not mean you don't believe what you're being told. Neither does it mean that you believe what you're being told. It's rather questioning. It's kind of saying, "You've told me this. Do you have any evidence which backs up what you've told me? Or why have you come to that conclusion? Why have you told me that?" Skepticism means keeping an open mind, but a questioning mind. Be alert that if the sales director says that the sales of this new product are going to be fantastic, It's in the DNA of sales directors to be optimistic, and you have to be skeptical about why those figures have been put on it. Have any market surveys been done? Why does a sales director say that the sales are going to be so terribly optimistic looking? Analysis suggests probably some sort of calculations need to be done to come to some sort of greater conclusion, to move on the data a little bit so that you can come to a recommendation or a conclusion. To leave out what you think is maybe not very relevant, to pinpoint the relevant parts of information you've been given, perhaps to do some calculations to highlight what you're trying to say. Evaluation, the easiest way to think about an evaluation is to look at pluses and minuses, pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages. You'd normally expect to have a list of points on either side of the argument, and almost certainly you need to come to a conclusion. You need to say, on this occasion, looking at the advantages and the disadvantages, I would conclude that we should, let's say, go for the project, or conclude that I think the disadvantages are such that we'd be far safer and better off avoiding that project or avoiding that course of action. With the communication, I think you have to look carefully to your audience. Communication means picking language that you think your audience will understand, going into sufficient levels of detail to explain in enough detail, and perhaps using plain language, what you're trying to say. There's no point in suddenly launching into an email, and perhaps going to a customer, something about discount rates, or if the customer is someone who is unlikely ever to encounter discounted cash flow. There's no point in suddenly talking about Porter's 5 forces if you think that's relevant to someone who's never heard of it. As Porter's 5 forces said, and you've never heard of it, is not an effective form of communication. So you need to think about the audience, think about what they need to hear, what should be in the communication, think about the words you use, giving sufficient communication, giving sufficient detail so they understand the communication, and making sure it's not ambiguous. So if you're asked to advise on a course of action or to give warnings, then make sure that you do give advice on that course of action that you're recommending. Don't just come out with pros and cons and fail to come down on one side or the other. And finally, there is commercial acumen. Thinking what is likely to work in the real world. Thinking about what we've been told, maybe that the economy is having a hard time, maybe that the company is thinking of launching an upmarket, luxurious, expensive product, maybe thinking that in the real world, the economy going into decline, coinciding with the launching of a very expensive product, may not work on a commercial basis. It may be a perfectly good product, but it's just the wrong timing for that. Do you think that if we maybe change from selling products outright to leasing them, asking people for an annual fee instead, do you think that will work? Especially if some of your competitors are still allowing customers to make a one-off purchase for a one-off fee. You have to think what would work in the real world. Not always easy, but you're in the final. You're at the top edge of the exams now. You should have a reasonable feeling for some professional acumen, commercial acumen. Explain your points. If you think this is not going to work, say why you think it's not going to work, and provided your point you make is reasonable, you'll get the marks.